Hi everyone, my name is Kyle. Welcome to another video. On this video, I'm going to talk about my personal experience of how much bass tone affects your guitar tone. And by the way, it does affect quite a bit. It's a quite amazing thing that why I've searched through the worlds of YouTube. No one really doesn't talk about like the complexity and the nuances of bass tone affecting the guitar tone. There's a lot of things that happen uh, of the soundscape. I love when people trying to be saying, "Oh, it's just all about the guitar tone." My guitar tone. Like that's great. I love that too. I love tone chasing and all of that. But to be honest with you, if you don't have a decent bass player, your guitar tone will suffer because you will not have a good bass player. So, it's a good balance. You need to be, at equal footing, or else it's not going to work, even for recordings, and live for that matter. And then there's approaches or different approaches and ways of obtaining certain guitar tones that's going to complement the bass, and same thing with the bass that's going to complement to the guitar tones. I think there's a couple situations that separation and glue does work for certain songs and for certain bands and certain, how should I say, styles of music, of course. I think for me personally, I like to have both, actually, believe it or not, meaning separation. Like you can hear the bass clearly by itself and the guitar by itself, and then obviously bass and guitar together. More of the guitar like dominating over the bass, but you still hear it like a little bit. Not like it's not like Injustice for All, of course. I think a really good example of this kind of style of bass and guitar relationship. I think there's a band called Mastodon. Um, Troy Sanders, great bass player. But he has two amazing guitar players at the same time that are just ripping, and they're loud, they're fast. Just great licks all over the place. And his mission, and he said it too, which I'm a big fan of, by the way, is just like stay right below it. Not the same level, not higher, but right below the volume level. So it gives the support for the guitar players to do their thing. And I think that is very beneficial for guitar players like to do the diddly diddlies and all that kind of fun stuff. It's a great sonically. I think it's good for that kind of music. Now there's a whole other flip side. I think was that band, Faith No More. I forgot that bass player's name, but I think which record was it? Their '88 record, I think. Oh man, forgot. But anyways, um, uh, was it, Epic. You hear the bass completely isolated by itself. Like you know that's the bass guitar, and you hear the guitar, and then you hear the guitar by itself, like its own separate set of frequencies. And that sounds great too. And I'm a big fan of that. I think bands like Tool, Rage Against the Machine does that very well, and I like that. Again, for certain songs, Chevelle as well. Actually, well, Chevelle does a little bit of both. This year, what's another band that has guitar and bass tone almost together and a little bit of separations? Pantera, Rex Brown, dude, that guy. Talk about holding the fort, having your own sound, and complimenting Dimebag Daryl. I mean, that's the dream of a bass player. Is you have your own identity. You could hold the fort with the drummer, and you're supporting the guitar player. That's the best. Now I want to let you know, guitar players, and I know you want to hate this. You want to hear this. It's true. No matter how good of your guitar tone is, it will suffer uh, when your bass player is not on point. Okay, and even during recordings. I think the biggest thing is, and I'm probably repeating myself, is you gotta have patience. If someone's the weakest link in the band, especially if it's the bass player, which is most cases it is, and that's kind of sad. It shouldn't be that way. But I think you gotta have patience with the person that you're dealing with. Hopefully, they'll learn, he or she will learn, and come to the occasion, meaning practice, of course, and then hang out with them and just be more, how should I say, yeah, teaching. Teaching each other, not like a hierarchy. Just like, hey, I want to help you out, and you're going to help me out. It's a reciprocal relationship, and that's what bands kind of should be, honestly. I get it when some art when it's an artist situation, that's a whole different thing. You want a higher gun and all that kind of jazz, and I kind of get that. But when it comes to bands, it should be a group of people that are willing to take time, because that's what it's about, taking time and finding your tone and your signature sound as a band, not just yourself as an individual. Okay, that's probably the biggest problem with most bands that I've seen, is trying to be an individual within the band. And some of that does work when you're like the only guitar player. I get it. Or you are like that good at that, amazing. I understand that. But I think for me in my situation, I like to make sure that just overall, one, it's serving the song. And or what was, yeah, serving the song, and what does it really require for the song to make it, one, sound good, and does it make sense? And I think a lot of people kind of like go get over their head on that. All right, guys. So let me know what kind of techniques you like to use for separation or togetherness for bass and guitar tones. Let me know in the comments down below. If you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'm Kyle. You have a great day. Take care. All right. Bye.